All right, so let's now pay some attention to the data that has come from the situation with the floods, and we're looking at the National Disaster Operations Committee, as well as, that is the center, as well as the Kenya Red Cross on what they have to say about the latest numbers. And we begin by looking at, of course, so far 42 counties are reported to have been affected by the flooding situation, and the fatalities, according to the government, are now at 264. The Kenya Red Cross, as of the numbers released yesterday, were at 221, so there's a bit of a difference there. The injuries, according to the government, they give a figure of 188, but the Kenya Red Cross does not account for the injuries. Missed persons, according to the government, that is NDOC, it is 75, while the Kenya Red Cross is reporting 155. We'll be looking at more in regards to the specific tragedies. For instance, if you talk about the displaced households, the government is talking about 55,575, while the Kenya Red Cross has a slightly lower number, actually lower number of 36,000. The people affected, so those are the households, the people affected in these households are 277,000 according to the government source, but the Kenya Red Cross does not give that particular detail. The displacement camps that have been established, the government is talking about 167, the Kenya Red Cross is talking about 189. The people in the camps, the government has a figure of 70,451. The Kenya Red Cross does not give that figure. The impact of the heavy rains has been said that the people affected are some 378,199. The schools affected, severely affected, are 1,967. Remember, the schools are supposed to reopen next week on Monday, but there are reports that some of this obviously will not, and the Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu is talking about some of those learners having to go to neighboring schools. 62 health facilities in 11 counties have also been affected by the flooding situation, meaning the access to health in those areas has become difficult. Now, beyond that, you're talking about the acres of crop that has been affected. The government is reporting 9,816 acres of crop destroyed. The Kenya the Kenya Red Cross is talking about 41,063 acres of crop affected. So there's the difference of word affected, government talking about destroyed. The dead livestock, according to the government, is 4,000, but the lost livestock, again, difference in term. The Kenya Red Cross is talking about 9,856 livestock have been lost. Then the water sources affected is 1,464, according to the Kenya Red Cross. The government does not have that detail. So if you have to look at the most affected sectors, there is a general agreement that it is the transport sector, the housing sector, education sector, and two more, that is in the area of health as well as agriculture, because of the acreage of a crop that has been affected because of the heavy rains. Now, the high-risk dams, the government is talking about a total of 192 dams so far affected, and people living nearby have been advised to move out. In fact, there has been evacuation going on over the past few days. In central Kenya, it leads with the number of high-risk dams at 60. Eastern has 39, Rift Valley has 29, the coast, you're talking about 22, the western region has 21, Nairobi 12 dams, northeastern 5, Nyanza 4. Of course, all these dams are of different sizes. Some of them are water ponds that have filled to the brim. Now, the key tragedies that you're talking about here, first of all, it is the Mai Mahiu, that the data is indicating that 61 people have been killed and 27 are still recorded as missing. Tana River in Maroro, there's 7 dead. Of course, this is the boat that capsized there a few weeks ago, and 13 people are reported to still be missing. 23 are the people that were rescued, and of course, efforts are still going on or continuing to be in a position to at least recover those that may still be missing. Now, so far, the humanitarian aid, according to the government, is that there has been food up to 1.2 million kilograms of rice and beans that has been taken to most of these areas to respond to the persons. I think it's about 17 counties that are that food has been taken to. Again, the water sanitation and hygiene, non-food items account to about 27,561 of what has been distributed. The shelter items distributed, talking about 6,686 according to the Kenya Red Cross, and the supported households in terms of food, they are reporting 16,115. That's again according to the Kenya Red Cross. And now beyond that, you're talking about the fears that there could be waterborne diseases. Already, the counties of Tana River and Marsabit have reported 48 cases of cholera, and there is a warning that it might continue, bearing in mind the impact of the floods on the water sources. There is need for food, medical kits, and non-food items, and there has been different appeals that have been given by the government for people to come in and support. But also there has been declarations from the government of what we've been able to gather. President William Ruto has said that 10,000 shillings will be distributed, will be given to households. That is 40,000 of them, and these are resources that are supposed to be helping them to at least get accommodation for the next 3 months. So in total, you're talking about some 400 million shillings. He has also said that 1 billion shillings will be made available for the rehabilitation of schools affected by this. But also, he has spoken about people or schools working with the local CDF kitties to be in a position to rehabilitate some of those institutions. And that's the information we have so far in terms of the floods impact in numbers. And that is Data Point this week. We take a short break. We come back with more after the break.